What's up guys, and welcome to today's video on Facebook ads versus YouTube ads for e-commerce. Now, especially also Facebook video ads. It's something that a lot of you guys have asked me, how, do YouTube ads perform against Facebook ads? Are they better? Should I use them? What to pay attention to, etc., etc. And in this video, I want to give you a short comparison, like not all the details, of course, but after this video, you will be able to determine, should I use YouTube ads? Is it better for me to use Facebook ads? Just an overview so that you as a small to medium-sized e-commerce business owner really know what to use in your business. And we will look at the following things. We will look at cost, targeting, conversions, ease of use, and in the end, I will give you a conclusion. And let's dive right in. I just have a few points for each of these categories. Of course, I could make probably a 1-hour video on that topic, but I wanted to keep it simple so that you know exactly if it's for you or not. I think that's definitely possible without going way too deep here. The first point that we have to look at, of course, is cost. That's probably the biggest thing that you care about as a small e-commerce business owner, right? And on Facebook, we have the problem that it's super competitive. So on Facebook, you have all these e-commerce and dropshipping companies that are trying to sell the same stuff that you are selling. And you notice that when, you really understand your CPC goes up, your cost per view goes up, and it's just getting very difficult to get all these people to your site at a low cost to still be profitable. Like, many people still get sales from Facebook, but it's just too expensive, right? And your video material has to be great so to stand out and all that stuff, so prices are really high. Also, what is good here though is that short, simple clips can do the trick. So you don't need like a massively crazily difficult video to create that costs you thousands of dollars to have a very powerful ad. I've seen the easiest and simplest ads create hundreds or even thousands of sales a day if it's a good product audience placement combination. On YouTube, you have fairly low competition. So it's almost the opposite. You have fairly low competition because almost no e-commerce business is really heavily advertising on YouTube. Of course, besides some bigger companies that are doing this all the time, but not really in the dropshipping and small e-commerce space. But it requires better videos, and that's the thing, right? So you have less competition, but in order to do a great job at YouTube ads, you still need to have good videos. You cannot just use this very simple, quick, easy Facebook type of video ad, even though there it's getting more difficult too. But on YouTube, people just expect something different, right? They normally have bigger screens, they're sitting there waiting to watch a video, and if you come there with a very bad, simple, spammy ad, then that's really difficult to make sales. Also, it requires a testing budget that, from my experience, is higher or needs to be higher than on Facebook. So on Facebook, you can quickly start, even though I don't really believe in those $5 per day typical ad sets or campaign budgets anymore, low campaign budgets. It is still easier to get off the ground at a low budget. On YouTube, I believe you need more because you're testing placements, you're testing your ad. Ideally you have multiple ads. Maybe you even try a test like the landing page URL. So definitely not that easy. When it comes to targeting, it's very clear. Facebook has massive targeting options and it gets super granular, right? So you have interests, behaviors, you can pretty much target everything, friends of people who do XYZ. On YouTube, you can target via channels, videos, topics, keywords, and others. So on first sight, it may seem like it's less powerful when it comes to targeting, but really, if you know how to use it, and you can target kind of the other way around. On Facebook, you target the individual person. On YouTube, you rather target what they are doing. So which videos are they viewing right now? Keywords, like what kind of stuff did they enter on Google before? And then based on this, you can target them on YouTube ads, which is very powerful, of course. Let's say someone looked for a drone for the past 7 days, and now you target them with a drone video ad on YouTube. It is a little more difficult, but it can be massively powerful, just as I said. So it's not as obvious as on Facebook, where you have everything in this little small box there. You type it in and you get the targeting option. On YouTube, you really have to dig a little bit. You have to look for channels, for videos, for, as I said, topics and keywords and audiences. But in the end, it can be very powerful as well. Then we have conversions, and that's a little hard to describe, right? What I really mean with that is conversions in terms of how easy is it to directly convert people. And this, of course, really depends on what ad you're creating and how you do that and all that stuff. So it's not that easy. But in general, Facebook, you can target, for example, engaged shoppers, right? That's one of the many options you can use to kind of find those buyers that are ready to buy more likely than the rest. You can also build powerful lookalike audiences. On based on people that have converted on your site before, that added something to cart, or just based on visitors. So that way you can really find people that are more likely to buy. On YouTube, you can find, as I said, prospects with keywords, and that's one powerful way to convert people based on their search behavior. As I said, if someone looked for a drone and you give them a drone ad, those people are of course more likely to buy. But also Google creates automatically so-called similar audiences. So they are very well similar to Facebook lookalike audiences. Basically, whenever you have an audience that is ready to be expanded with a similar audience, Google will do so. So let's say you get 1,000 sales, Google goes ahead, creates a similar audience based on that. Or 10,000 website visitors, Google goes ahead, creates a similar audience. By using these similar audiences, of course, they are not as powerful as LLAs from my experience. So LLAs seem like they still have more dots that Facebook connects, but YouTube still, like similar audiences can still find you people like your visitors or like your customers to convert. And that means that your cost per acquisition, basically your ROAS as a whole, goes up if you use them properly. So that's just one way to really also get pretty solid conversions on YouTube if, of course, your similar audience is usable with YouTube ads. So not always when people convert on your site and you create a similar audience based on them, will you be able to use that similar audience on YouTube. Sometimes you're only able to use it on display and search, for example. But check it out in the Audience Manager and you will find out if that works with you. Then we come to ease of use. And here it's really about how beginner friendly are these platforms and, how easy can you use them in your daily e-commerce business owner life, basically. So on Facebook, you can have a quick ad running in minutes, right? You set it up. Normally the review process is pretty short and everything works out pretty smoothly. Video ads don't have to be that sophisticated either. So there are many programs and tools and all that kind of stuff to create short video ads, and sometimes your supplier gives you a video, you can just edit it and change it, even though of course ideally you have your own. But in general, it's not that super difficult to come up with a solid Facebook ad. Now on YouTube, ads can take up to several days to get approved or disapproved, right? So you create an ad, you are waiting to get started, you're super pumped, like, okay, let's do this, let's get some sales with that video ad, and then 1 day passes, 2 day passes, maybe even 3 days. I literally had cases where it took like 5 days or something like that for a video ad to get approved. And the problem is that this can really slow down your whole campaign creation, and especially if they don't get approved. So if you create a video ad, it doesn't get approved, you have to create a new one, it has to be approved again. This can take really long, and sometimes it really slows you down for a week or more if you create multiple ads and they all take some time to get approved. So that's not that user friendly in a way. I get it, they have to manually review those videos probably. I'm sure that they have an algorithm here, but probably when it comes to video ads, they are still like reviewing at least part of it. But that's just not that really cool. Also, there is like a learning curve involved, right? So you will get better over time, but it's not that easy to step into it because it's just like a little more difficult to get the hang of it, especially with all the audiences and the placements. It's just not as straightforward as on Facebook. Also, the retargeting is less detailed. So on Facebook, you can do people who have watched 3 seconds of my ad or 10 seconds or 95% of the video or something. On YouTube, that's not possible. So you still have to you can retarget people who watched your video, which of course is also powerful, but you cannot go as in-depth as on Facebook, where you literally can target people on every step, basically. Okay, someone watched 95 seconds, now he's more promising to become a customer than someone who just watches 3. On YouTube, you cannot do that. You can only target views. Better than nothing, of course, but not as segmented as on Facebook. So let's come to the conclusion here. What is it really that separates these two platforms, and how can you use them for yourself, really? Well, Facebook is beginner friendly, right? You set it up, you don't need massive budgets, even though, as I said, because of the competition, it's still pretty unlikely that with a $5 per day budget you're doing something significant, but same goes for YouTube, of course. It is quick to set up, so you just go there, you place an ad, and that's it. It is great to segment, both in terms of targeting, but also in terms of how you can retarget your video views and how you can do all that stuff. So really cool from a marketing perspective. You can use it with lower budget and less capacity, basically, in a nutshell, right? You don't need $1,000 per day to be successful there. You don't need like a massive video studio or a videographer to be successful. It's easy as a small business owner to get an ad approved, to let it run, and to see and test how it works. On YouTube, there is very little e-commerce competition, which is, in my opinion, the biggest strength of Facebook. So you might think now, okay, Facebook had so many pro arguments in this video. Well, YouTube, the limited competition in e-commerce is massive, right? So this is a massive pro argument for YouTube. Also, people are more engaged. You have non-skippable ads. The sound is on usually, so when people watch videos, obviously they have their sound on, which means they play your video ad with sound as well. On Facebook, when you scroll through the feed and by default the sound may be turned off, then of course automatically something is missing and you need like your subtitles or something like that. On YouTube, more engaging because people are sitting there, they're expecting to watch a long form video, so they are not just quickly scrolling through a feed and ignoring everything left and right. They're really sitting there, ideally on a computer, watching a long form video, so they are more open to new stuff, especially because they don't see an ad every 5 seconds. It takes a while between those ads to appear, and this means that if you create a good video ad, which is also the biggest problem of YouTube ads, because you need to create somewhat solid ads that are a little more difficult to create than on Facebook. But if you can do that, if you can try it out, if you experiment a little bit, chances are that you will be able to create really, really powerful ads. So definitely try if you're able to create more sophisticated video ads. It will 100% be worth it. And as I said, so many people have messaged me about it. Like, can you give us a comparison? And what is better, Facebook video or YouTube ads? That's the point here. There is so much potential in YouTube ads that even though they seem a little scary in terms of creating them and you may not have so many ideas on what to do, but if you do it, I promise that chances are you find a really, really powerful traffic source that then mixes right with the rest of your Google ads, so you can still retarget people on the display network and you can do all kinds of things. So extremely, extremely powerful if you try that out. Now, of course, I couldn't go too much into detail here. It's just a very simple comparison. If you want to learn more about YouTube ads as a whole, make sure to subscribe to this channel and also check out the eCom PPC Academy in the description. It's not a course that is completely tailored towards YouTube because it's more about like shopping and search, but still I have like a 1 hour massive video on how to create video YouTube ads and you know how to target properly, how to find the right channels and topics and everything for you. So pretty interesting if you want to get started with YouTube, but of course also make sure to check the description for some more links on, for example, how to work with me, how to take your e-commerce business to the next level. Really, really interesting and cool stuff, so make sure you check that out. Now, other than that, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if you have used YouTube ads before. Did they work for you? Haven't you tried them yet? Are you completely focused on Facebook ads or maybe shopping, search? Would be interesting. And other than that, please leave a like if you enjoyed that and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on anything related to Google ads, e-commerce, and dropshipping. That is what I'm posting here on this channel 2 or 3 times a week. So thanks a lot for watching. I'm really looking forward to see you in the next video again. And until then, I wish you all the best and I'll see you there. Bye-bye.